Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be looking at Azure Command Line Interface, which is usually called Azure CLI. Right? So this video will be an interesting one because we will use commands to create resources in Azure. And I think that will be interesting, right? So instead of creating these resources manually as we did in our previous videos, we can use commands to create them. So now let's see what Azure Command is. So Azure Command Line Interface is a set of commands used to create and manage Azure resources. Of course, if you look in our past videos, you can see where we created virtual machine, virtual network, and others. So instead of manually creating them, right, by clicking, we can just use a set of commands to create these resources, as we will see in this video. Now, some people will be asking, why would I use command line instead of creating them on the interface, right? So let's see the benefits of using command line to create these resources. So the first one is speed, right? It will improve your speed in executing your task. Instead of going to the interface to click and create resources, with just one line of command, you can create different resources, which you will see. The next one is collaboration, right? Collaboration. You know, if you are creating this resource using the interface, right? So if another member wants to create the same thing, the person will go through the same. But if it is a set of line of command, you can just document it somewhere so that if someone else wants to do the same thing, the person just needs to take the command and change some things, and it will all be set to go. So that's for collaboration. So the next one is error reduction. So using command line, using commands reduces error, because if you go to interface, you might make mistakes, error you will make. The next one is it reduces redundancy, right? Just like I if you execute, let's say you create a virtual machine and you want to create another virtual machine, you need to go the same process again, which will also take time. Instead of doing that, once you have a set of commands, you just need to copy the command, paste it, change some things, and you are good to go. So these are the reasons why you should also learn how to use command line, and it's also good for testing, right? So if you want to test something quickly, you can use your command to test it quickly and move on. So let's dive into the demo or into the practicals and see how this is done. So now in this demo, so the first thing we need to do is to go to let me go to Google, right? So I'll go to Google. Um, I will type Azure CLI documentation. So you can see, so look at the CLI documentation here. So I'll open it up. So once I open it up, right, so you can see install, update, and run. So first of all, we'll look at how to install this CLI, because you need to install the CLI first so that the commands will be able to run in your CMD, right, on your Windows or in your terminal, in your in Ubuntu, or in your terminal in Mac as well. So these are different installation. You can see this for Windows, Mac, and Linux. So if I open up the Windows, let me click on this install or update, so that take me directly to the installation. So here you can download the MSI, right? So if you just want to just click and install, you can download the MSI 32 or 64 bits, right? You can, if you want to use PowerShell, you can use this, but for me, what I will do is to use this MSI because it's easier to use. So if you're Mac, you can see all you just need to do is to copy this and run it on your terminal. So if you're on Linux, so depending on the flavor of Linux you are using, if you are using Ubuntu or Red Hat, if you are using Red Hat, this is for you. But if you are using Ubuntu, then you can copy this command, paste, and follow the instructions as well. But I've already downloaded the so once you click on download here, once you click on this or this, depending on your system, so it will download something like this for you, right? So once it downloads it, you can just double click on it to install. But I've already installed it on my system, so there is no need for me to do that again, right? So that's it for the installation. So I'll go back to so that's it for the installation. Then after installation, then you can open up your command from Windows. If you're using Linux or Mac, you open up the terminal. But I'm using Windows, so I'm using command. So I will type AZ to make sure the Azure CLI is installed. Azure CLI is installed in my system. Right. Let me clear everything. So now, so what I'll do is to go back, right? Go back. So if you look at my previous video, you will see where with the resource group, right? So we are going to do that using command line. The next thing I will do is to click on Learn Azure CLI, right? So when I click on it, you can see article is A to Z. So I'll click on it. So this is quite a long read. You can spend time with the doc to see different commands to create Azure resources. Now, what I'll do is to search for because we are trying to create Azure resource group, right? So let me search for. So you can see here it says how to manage Azure resource group with the Azure CLI. Let me open it up. So if I open it up, so you can spend time reading that. So but what I need to do is just to copy this. So once I copy this, I open up my terminal or my command prompt if you're on Windows, and I'll do what? I'll paste it. So Um, so I forgot something. We need to log in, right? Before we can perform any operation on Azure CLI. So bring up this. So I had to cut that out because it contains sensitive information. So, but the other thing is that you just need to fill in the Gmail, the you just need to fill in the email you use in creating your Azure account with the password so that it can retrieve the subscription. You can retrieve your subscription from the account, right? So that's just what I did. I just entered my email, my Outlook email I used in creating the Azure account and the password, and I was able to log in. So that's it for that. So I cut that part because it contains sensitive data which I wouldn't like to expose. But the other thing is that all you need is just to enter the email and password you use in creating your Azure account, and it will fetch your subscription so that every resource you'll be creating will be created on that account, right? So that is it. Okay, the next thing I will do is to go back to Azure Learn. Right. So if I go back to Azure Learn, so you can see this command, right? To create a resource group. So if you don't know what a resource group, you can check out my video on resource group, which I will attach to the description of this video. I will copy it, sorry, and go to my CMD as my command prompt and paste it. Then I'll change the resource group name. Learning. Name of our resource group. Once I press enter, so it will create the resource group for me in Azure Portal. So you can see that it has created the resource group. So let me go to Azure Portal and see if the resource group is created. So this is my Azure Portal. So this is the resource group. I'll click on it. So you can see the resource group is created here, right? So that is it, how to create a resource group. So the next thing I'll try to create is a virtual machine. I would like to create a virtual machine on this resource group. So to do that, I'll go back to my Azure Learn, then let's go back to um, the CLI docs. So let's go to the article. I'll search for ACVM. Once I search for it, you can see here create a virtual machine on a virtual network. So I'll click on it. Once I click on it, create a virtual machine. So look at the command here. So I'll copy that. So once I copy that, let me copy it from here. Once I copy that, I'll go to my CMD. But my CMD, since it's a multi-line code, my CMD will not run it. So I'll open up my Git bash. So if you don't know what Git bash is, you can check out my video on Git, which I will attach to the description of this video. So I'll paste it here, but I don't want to create the virtual machine on a virtual network. I want to create it on the public network. Since I want to create it on the public network, I will remove the subnet. So I will change this to admin username. Let's use Azure user as the admin username. Then I will leave the image as default. Change this to CLI v. Then I will change the resource group name. So let's go and copy the name of the resource group we created. Go to resource group. So see the resource group we created here. Once we copy it, we go back, paste it. So that's all you need. Press enter. So you can see it's using existing SSH key on my system because I have already created an SSH key. So this SSH key will be used to log in into the virtual machine. Since I already have it on my system, it will use the existing one. But if you don't have any on your system, it will generate one automatically for you. And that is possible because of this command. Right? So it will take a few seconds to create, because it's going to create other resources as well. So it will take a few seconds to create. So when it's done, I'll be back. So you can see that it has created the virtual machine. So you can see the power state the virtual machine is running. You can see the private IP address. You can see the public IP address. You can see the resource group name, which is this, the one we created earlier. Right. So now let's go to the portal and see if it actually created this virtual machine. So I'll open up this. I'll go to the home page. So look at virtual machine here. If you can't find virtual machine here, you can just click here and type virtual machine. You can also see it here. So let me use this one. So I'll click on it. So you can see the virtual machine we just created, right? So if I click on it, so this is the information about this virtual machine. So let's go back to the CLI so that we can log in into the virtual machine. And to log in into the virtual machine, what I need to do is to type SSH hyphen I. So the next thing is the path of the SSH key that was generated. So this is the path of I will use this. So this indicates home. Type this. Then the username, right? So this is the username I use here. The public IP address, and this is the public IP address. Press enter. Ask you a question. And we are inside the virtual machine. Let me update. So the system is updated. Let me install Nginx. So Nginx is installed in the system. So let's go and view it. So I will go back to the portal and so look at the IP address here, right? So I'll copy it and click. Let me create a new tab. It's not working, so we need to open port 80 for us to be able to access that. So I'll go to networking, network setting. So the network settings, I'll click on create port. I'll click on create port rule. So when I click on it, I'll select the inbound port rule. So here is the source because it will be a public website. So I will leave it as any. But if you want a specific IP address to access it, then you can choose IP address and type in the IP address here or range of IP addresses. So, but I will leave it as any. Then the port, I'll leave it as star because it will be a public um, website. Destination as well, I'll leave it as any. Custom, for this custom, if you have a specific application like RabbitMQ or any other specific application like Redis, you can select it. Instead of typing the port, it will type the port automatically for you. But I'll leave mine as custom, and because I'm running Nginx, which the default port of the application is 80, so I'll leave it at 80. Then protocol, I will leave it as TCP. Then action is allowed. Then for priority, I'll leave it at 100. Type in 100. I'll leave this as default. Add it. So it has added successfully. So let's go and check the site now and see if it works. It should work. working. And that's how to create a virtual machine from your command line. So the next thing is to delete the resources from the command line. So I will not be deleting the virtual machine, because doing that you will need to delete your resources one by one, which is not actually a good idea. So what I will do is to delete the resource group, and everything inside the resource group will be deleted. So to do that, I'll go back to uh, my I'll go back to my git bash. Then I will type this command. So here you can see the resource name. Go back. Let me go to home page. Resource group. This is the resource group. I'll copy, paste it here, and then no, wait. I don't want it to complete the process before it comes back. So that's why I'm putting no. So once I enter, okay, sorry, I'm still in the virtual machine. I think that's why. And we don't have Azure CLI inside the virtual machine. So let me exit the virtual machine. So it's deleting now. Right? So this is where we'll stop for this video. Um, Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, kindly subscribe, like, and share with your friends who are interested in learning cloud and DevOps. See you on the next video. Bye.